What's up, everybody? It's your girl Q1, and I am back with Being Mary Jane Season 1, Episode 9, Uber Love. Listen, before I start, could y'all make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel? Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video that I drop. Also, I ask that y'all continue to like up all the videos so I can stay in the algorithm of everything. I appreciate all the new subscribers, y'all. Welcome to my lovely channel. Okay, it's new. I'm a couple months in, but I welcome you. And like everybody else, I hope you like my content. All right. So here we go. Only reason I'm bringing out episode 9 is because it's a little winded and it is long. Episode 9 gonna be kind of long today. Also, I got something. I have something to do after I finish this review, so I don't have anything else that's coming on. But I was gonna bring out a final episode today, but I really can't. So I just want to get through this, and tomorrow Thursday. Most likely tomorrow I'll bring out the last episode. I don't think I have anything going on, so I'll bring out the last episode. Anyway, here we go, Being Mary Jane. So the episode starts with David. Y'all remember he was at the door. He was at her door last episode, last week, asking if she stole his sperm. And she didn't answer. And he looked at it, he knew she did it. So he goes to her refrigerator looking for the sperm. He looked in the fridge, looked in the freezer, and then she tell him it's in a baking soda box. So she just couldn't form any words to say. She was like, there is no excuse. He said you had to be there has to be a pretty damn good excuse, okay? He asked her she was like, are you pregnant? And she asked, who told you? And he said, don't worry about that. Are you pregnant? And she was like, no. So he pulls out a pregnancy test and demands her to take the test. And now I'm understanding why he kind of went hard about her being pregnant. But, I'll let y'all know that at the end. So she laughs. He asks, what's funny to you? And and she was like, you coming in here demanding me to take a pregnancy test, yada, yada, yada. He tried to walk us to the bathroom. She was like, I'm not taking no test. So she actually refused to take the test because she knew she wasn't pregnant. But why? Because she knew she didn't use his sperm. It was just sitting there. And so she was like, I'm going to give me a glass of wine. Would you like a glass? He was like, no, because at this point, he's upset. Okay? And so she was like, okay, I'll take the test. And as she was getting up to go take the test, he tells her to sit. And I'm like, but I thought you wanted her to take the test. This is the mind games. So then he tells her he's flattered. And she was like, see, this is what I'm talking about. When I go right, you go left. When I go up, you go down. And that has always been the thing with the both of them and throughout this season. So he says to her, why don't you believe me when I just tell you what I say? If I say something, let it be just that. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I have a hard time doing that because it's like I need to see it. I can hear you all day, but I need to see it. And sometimes it's not a good place to be in. Because you find yourself making people try to prove some stuff to you that's probably not even happening. Okay, I'm just anyway. She tells David, "Don't you have someone to go home to?" He says yes, and he gets up and he leaves. But before he walked out of the door, he stopped and tells her, "Mary Jane, if you wanted a baby, all you had to do was ask." And I'm just like, so you was just gonna give her a baby like that? Okay, David. So as he gets in his car, she runs out the door, hops in her car, proceeds to speed behind him, and she tells him to get out. He pulls over, she pulls behind him, and then in this moment she expressed her feelings to him. So she tells him there has never been anyone but him. She tells him, like, I'm in love with you and we just need to stop playing games and just do what we need to do. So he didn't say anything. He didn't give her what she wanted. He told her to go home. So she gets to work because she was up all night. She couldn't sleep. She decided to go to work the next day very early. Got there before everybody. Kara walks in, and she tells Kara what happened with David last night, and she's trying to figure out with Kara who told him, because remember, she told Lisa, her bestie. She told Nichelle, aka Miss Breeley. She told Antoinette, the news anchor, Kara, and the stripper was there. Like, those are all the people that were there. Those are the only people that knew about David's sperm. So Kara tells her, you know who told you. She said, and so she just automatically assumes. So we see her in the next scene. Mary Jane is she. We see her in the next scene going to approach Nichelle. Don't forget, Nichelle is played by Miss Breeley Evans. I love Breeley. So she goes up to she goes at this. There's this event that Breeley is throwing or hosting, art event, and just she's dressed up. She looked cute. Mary Jane looks really cute at going to the event. She just walked up to Nichelle and she just accused her of telling David that she accused Nichelle of being the person that told David about the sperm. And so Nichelle tells her, this friendship is over. She said, I have no room for toxic people in my life. So Mary Jane then tells her, well, how did you turn this around on me? And she says to Mary Jane, I get that you're shook, but I don't even get the respect of you asking me if I told him. But it's my fault for even thinking I would get that, which is Mary Jane's respect. She said, because hell, I can't even get you to come over to my house. She said, after 8 years of various invitations, she said, because what I am to you is a non-threatening big girl, a big jolly girl you call when you want to have a good time. She said, and not only am I that, I'm around to make you feel better about yourself. And she then tells her, and I tell you this, this was like the realest conversation I seen somebody actually have with Mary Jane next to Patrick. Like, she needed to hear this. So she tells her, that man had you stuck on stupid then, and he still got you twisted now. And it is, because it's just a game. It's just a game. And we kind of understand why he operate the way he did with Mary Jane, but it still don't make it okay. Okay. So she walks off. Mary Jane then follows her and says, great speech. What she said, great speech, bang up job, but I still know you did it. Again, you're very accusatory of this lady because you're just trying to find out so badly who told him. You're just so filled with anger because he know what you did. And it was wrong. What you did was wrong. Accept that. Like, he knows. And she tells Michelle to go to hell and said, and in this moment when she told that lady to go to hell, I was like, you don't even have proof that this lady did that she actually did it. But her word should have been just that. And the way you approach her is the way you approach your family. That's the way you approach people, as if you can just talk at people any type of way you want. Like, she does that with her family. Remember when Niecy got pregnant, she found out, she walked in the door, she was like, Niecy, you pregnant? Like, ma'am, how about everything ain't working out for you because sometimes you ain't shit. You are a shitty person. I'm sorry. She is. Like, Mary Jane's character was so shitty in season 1. And so, I think, well, not I think. This is another thing I really wanted to say. I just wanted to tell Mary Jane, ma'am, you go to hell, because this is what she did. You let Kara psych you up This was the same person that always have thrown you under the bus in this entire season. Even though she was your producer, she never stuck up for you. She never fought for you. She just felt like you had to do it. She was the reason. She was not the reason, but she anchored. She gave legs or started a fire to you talking to your friend when he had the one who unalived himself in the last scene. I mean, in the last episode. Like, and not only that, I feel like she been low key mad with Nichelle because she found out when it was at that lady at Mary Jane's house, when she found out Nichelle was sleeping with a married man, and she found out her reason and why. I think Kira had been holding on to that and had been mad. And whatever it is, her job, whatever Nichelle's job is, they feel like she'll do that, but she didn't. She really didn't. And I just feel like Kira low-key is pissy at her, so you just automatically assume, and then you let Kara put that battery in your back to go to that lady like that. But I'm gonna blame you because you didn't ask her. You assumed, you accused her of telling David instead of just saying, hey, I need to talk to you. David found this out. I know it was a couple of us there, and I'm just asking if you said it, and whatever you say, I'll believe it. Or just had everybody around, everybody who was there, and talk to everybody at one time. Like, hey, he knows. How did he know? But to do this, I wouldn't with you anyway. I would not. I will wash my hands with you. Period. So, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of sorry I went off, but that irritated me. Okay. So Mary Jane then tells her they are no longer friends. She tells her we are no longer friends, and I'm no longer your client. You didn't do anything for my career anyway. And I was like, girl, that was low. That's low, Selena. It was like you're that mad. You're only mad because he found out. But you knew it was wrong because you didn't even tell him. You didn't even tell him. You knew it was wrong. So Lisa's over at Mary Jane's house, and she's telling Lisa how she got into it with Nichelle. And then she says this to Lisa. She mentioned that Lisa is sleeping with the mayor, and that's the type of stuff you need to air out. But you gonna air me out. And the whole time, Lisa got that same look on her face. That same look whenever Mary Jane mentions David. She got that same look. That look. And so, I'm assuming that the mayor was married. But, ma'am, pot meet kettle. Because you just broke it off with Andre. Let's be all the way clear. You're no different than Nichelle if we gonna go tit for tat. The only reason you trying to put this lady stuff on Front Street to your friend is because you broke up with this one. Anyway, Lisa goes into she asked her, she said, hey, where's your tequila? So she was like in the cabinet. Lisa pulls out the tequila, drinks a shot really fast because she was the one who told him. So she gives Mary Jane the shot. So Mary Jane was like, whoa, I ain't know you do all of that. So then they both take 2 shots each. So we find out that, of course, it was her that told David. And she grabs her things. She said it slipped out. She tells Mary Jane, I told him, but it slipped out. And I was just trying to tell him to stop playing with you and to leave. She was trying to tell David to leave Mary Jane alone, stop playing with her and stop torturing her life. Because from her friend's standpoint, this is what they see. They see her constantly throwing herself at David. They see him playing on her top. And that's what I was saying the whole season. But I feel like he has punished her from the things that happened years ago, and it was all in this episode. So Mary Jane tells her to just shut up. She was like, shut up. And Lisa grabs her things and she asked, where are you going? And she was like, well, I just assumed our friendship was over. She tells Lisa, so you just gonna blow up my life like that, and you think you just gonna grab your stuff and bail. And I was like, how did she blow up your life? Like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, but David, David really wasn't showing interest in her. As we know, he was like, hey, can I come over to do such and such and such? Yeah, and she let him. So I was like, I don't really know how she blew up your life, but I guess Pauletta, all right? Pauletta is Mary Jane, if y'all don't know. Okay. So she asked Lisa, why didn't you tell me the minute it slipped out? Why didn't you tell me? So in the next scene, because she never said why. They just went on to the next scene, and they both are drunk. At this point, they're just drinking shots beyond shots beyond shots. They laugh, and in this scene, she constantly calls Nichelle and left her several voicemails apologizing. And to me, it wasn't real genuine apology, because you feel like you had to do it because you was drunk. And that further lets me know you're the type of person that don't like to apologize and don't like to admit that you're wrong in some things. That lady was owed an apology from you face to face. Just like you insulted her face to face, that lady deserved a face to face apology. But that's just me. So that's why I said the fact that she had to call Nichelle while she was inebriated said a lot to me, and I felt like Mary Jane was trash for that. Like, it was trash how you handled her. You was trash how you approached her. You was just really trash how you approached everybody, even Avery. Like, for the life of me, I don't understand. Now, I was with her when she took up for herself when it came to Kara and that job. But when it came to Avery, when it came to her family, how she approached them, how she talked at them, girl, I would have been mushed you in your face. Okay? But, it's neither here nor there, because it's not me. Anyway, so Lisa and Mary Jane gets in an Uber. The first stop they make is David, which is why I realized, even after all these years, why the episode was called Uber Love. I didn't know Uber existed then. I'm just seeing things that are like revealing to us, like, because we didn't know nothing about Uber. We took taxis or buses or whatever. So the Uber takes her to David's house. Y'all, she had the audacity, knowing she knew this man had a lady, to go knock on this man's door. And the girl comes to the door and was like, listen, this is not going to turn out good for you. Can I help you? What do you want? Because everybody know who Mary Jane is. So she was like, I like to talk to David. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Mary Jane was a bitch. Okay? She was a straight up prick. Sorry about my language. I told you I was gonna try to keep it less colorful. But she was. Like, you bossed up to this lady house, her and her man house. Like, you just gonna come in. Like, what we doing? Okay? So, he comes to the door, and your girl was standing right there. He was like, no, I got this. Go turn over the steaks and all of that on the grill. I'm not turning no steaks on the grill. What I'm about to do is grab this steak and smack the piss out of this with this steak. Okay? Showing up over here unannounced. Like, I wouldn't have even let her in. I would have closed the door right in her face. Ma'am, go find somebody else to play with. Because I'm not the one, the two, or the three. Okay? So, I'm sorry, y'all. That just upset me. I was upset because it's just some stuff you don't do. If you don't want something being done to you, don't do it to nobody else. All right? So, basically, she went over there just to profess her love, knowing he have another woman, and to beg him, profess and beg for him to be with her. This man don't want to be with you. If he wanted to be with you, he would have made allowances to be with you and not with her. So, once again, she out there looking stupid. So, She asked him before she left, would he have married her if she waited on him? So this is what we found out in between that conversation at the door with Mary Jane and David. Mary Jane, David was a tech guy. He is a tech guy. That is his money. He comes from money, but I don't think his parents wanted to fund the tech part of it. I think, when you're rich, your parents sometimes want you to do something else, but he wanted to do his own thing. So I want to say they cut him off. So he knew, he wanted to do tech. So basically, he came, he was broke. And so they met, I think they was in college or whatever. She asked him, or if, I don't know if this was after college, but, he moved in with her. She had her own place, and I think she had just started the news station, because before she went to SNC, she was actually working for CNN. And so I think this was after. So she was working for CNN. She was taking care of him. She was, helping him out. And in her brain, I'm doing all of these things, but there is no real commitment. You're not marrying me. We're not progressing. In his brain, and so that's why she left. But for him, the way he processed it, I wasn't making the money that you thought I should be making, so you left me while I was broke and destitute. And so they reconnected when he blew up. And so then that's where his angst came from. Because you left me when I was down and out, and now that I got it, you want to come back. So she felt like, did you punish me? She felt like, because, his thought process, she felt like, I felt like ever since then you've punished me. And she was looking for commitment. He was looking for loyalty. I think they just was not on the same page. So I'm thinking, did y'all even discuss all of this? I don't know. But that's why she asked him, would you have married me if I would have waited on you? So now she's trying to justify and trying to explain herself, like, I should have done this. You did you did whatever you felt like what was necessary. If you're in a relationship and you feel like it's not going anywhere, it was never about the money with her, but you feel like it wasn't going anywhere and we're not, progressing, why am I here? He saw it how he saw it, and there is no way you can change that for him. So he said, I'm not going to answer that question. You already know the answer to the question. And she wanted him to answer that question anyway. I do not think he would have married her right then and there. I do think he probably would have married her if she would have stayed, just to kind of solidify, like, she was ride or die, she been on my side, yada, yada, yada. I kind of think that. But, she leaves. She was like, you could have your watercress sandwiches. And she was mad and emotional, crying, and she walked out the door and left. So she gets in the car. Lisa tells her, I got a call. I need to go do a surgery or whatever. I got to go deliver some twins. Oh, she had to go deliver twins. And so Mary Jane was like, you drunk? She was like, no, I've been punk faking this whole time. I am not drunk. Mine's wore off a while ago. I've been faking it the whole time. So she already had called her Uber, and she instructed Mary Jane's Uber to take her to Kara's house. And Lisa had already filled Kara in on everything. So when we get to Kara's house, she gets in a car, and Mary Jane tells her about the affair. Well, of course, Mary Jane never told Kara, because Kara was cheated on by John, of course, and she's still triggered by that based on what she said to Nichelle at the beginning of the season. So, I don't know, y'all. So Kara tells her to sit with that. They started drinking. They're back in Kara's house. At this point, y'all must be paying this Uber man overtime. So Kara tells her, you need to sit in what you've done. She said, I prayed that they got back together. And I'm like, girl, the guilt of it all will have you saying some stupid stuff. You wasn't in the begin, like, when you didn't know, you don't know what you don't know. And I'm going to say that. This lady did not know because Andre lied to her. But when you found out, you was already in, and she couldn't let him go. but she had to. And so Kara starts to judge her. And I'm just like, girl, ain't you sleeping with the intern? Like, ain't you sleeping with the intern? I do not condone cheating. And I do feel like Kara's husband low key was jealous of her because she was winning and moving in her career. And as a way to make her pay, he started cheating on her. That's insane. So Kara tells her she needs to go apologize to Avery. And she was like, I don't know where they live. So Kara was like, you don't know where they live? She was like, no, I don't. So she found paper that Andre must have had mailed to his house, or something he mailed to her. They found the address. So the Uber drives over to Avery's house. And they're sitting in a Uber car, and we see Andre and the kids leaving. So Andre still had not moved back into the family house. He took the kids with him, I guess for the weekend. So he drives off, and Avery see the SUV sitting out, and she goes up to it, knocks on the door, knocks on the window, and Kara puts the window down. And so they go inside Avery's house, Avery and Andre's house, and Mary Jane apologized to Avery. She tells Avery to take him back. And I'm like, here we go, the guilt of it all. You can't instruct this lady to take her husband back. Like, that's that lady's husband. He shouldn't have never been with you in the first place. But that's on Andre. Andre was wrong as a whole. Okay? Andre couldn't tell me a thing. Okay? I'm sorry. But here you come telling me that I need to take him back. After you came at me trying to call yourself being in solidarity because you were mad because he was married. So I have to go tell his wife so we can stand together. So no, girl, you was mad because he was married, and once again you lost another man, and you couldn't get what those other things that you're trying to accomplish, like this baby, this wedding, and the man. Okay, so you mad, and you mad at everybody who have those things. So he tells her take him back because she tells Avery to take Andre back because he loves her. And I was like, you look so stupid saying this. Like, this pisses me off. Y'all listen, I ain't never been married a day in my life, but right is right and wrong is wrong. Okay. So she tells Avery every move they made was because of you. And I was like, but that's his wife. Yeah, I don't know why you thought that he was gonna leave his wife for you. I'm just saying. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. And so he thought, and she said, he thought about you every step of the way. So my husband thought about me every step of the way, but yet he over here screwing you. But he thought about me. Because if he thought about me, he wouldn't be with you. I'm just saying. It's the audacity. That go back to that damn number 2 speech that she gave a couple episodes ago that she thought she ate with, but she did not. Just like in this scene, you thought you was eating in this scene, and you did not. You starving, okay? You trying to release and relieve your guilt. That's all you trying to do. It makes you feel better to know that he needs to go back to Avery, because then this will give you a chance to try to get back with David. David already told you he didn't want you. My grandmother and my mama always say, don't let a man tell you they don't want you more than once. I'm telling y'all, I'm of the belief of letting people go. Let them go. If somebody wants to go, let them go. I don't know who this is for. But let them go. It is what it is. So, I said this before, but I don't know what review I said this, and this probably was a Love and Hip Hop review. Love and Hip Hop Miami review. Anyway, so then Kara turned on her waterworks and try to make this woman, after you've been cheated on by your husband, you just played in this woman's face. Like, it was just the manipulation tactic for me. You played in Avery's face and tried to make Avery feel bad, and then have the nerve to tell her that you need to, basically you're trying to insinuate that she forgives Mary Jane and to take Mary Jane's advice on how to be a better wife because of something Avery didn't do. I said, you got some nerve. Then tried to smooth it over to let her know I've been through the same thing you've been through, by way of, while you're doing that, I'm gonna insult my friend too because she was wrong. Again, you're still pissed off about that and you're taking it out on everybody, the other woman. You're not mad at the other woman. Yeah, you might be mad at the other woman, but you're really mad at the man you was married to. But you're going to take it out on all the other women because all the other women didn't apologize to you, like you said later on in the episode. That other woman never apologized to you. But it wasn't her who needed to apologize to you. It was that nigga that needed to apologize. I'm just saying. Sorry, y'all. So, Mary Jane tells Avery how to treat Andre. And my whole thing is, ho, why'd you hear? Why'd you hear, ho, in my Jocelyn voice? Because you was already owed a 1-2 punch for already sleeping with my husband. Now, I can't hold you for something you didn't know about. But the moment you knew, that's why I got a problem with you at. Then you tried to come up to me. Okay? Like, girl, it was the audacity that Mary Jane had in this entire season 1 episode. Like, the audacity. So, Leo, her driver, asked her, she got back in the car, and I want to say they took Kara home. And so, he asked her if she read the book. He asked her if she read the book called It Is Given, and it's by Esther Hicks. So y'all, if y'all ever want to read a book, read that book. And I think I'm gonna, because I have 5 Audible credits, so I would like to add that book to my list because I have like 4 or 5 other books that I'm trying to read. I'm sorry, not trying to read, but that's added on my list. So he tells her, things, the book It Is Given has changed his life. He tells her, that take comfort in the things that you are going through in the moment because it's preparing you for what you asked for. So I think this book is more like what a universe comes into manifesting and stuff like that. So it sounds like it could be a good read. So I'm going to add that to my list and I will come to y'all with that one. Anyway, she tells Lisa, hey, once you finish with your shift, I need you to come by my house ASAP. So she asked Lisa to inseminate her with David's sperm. And Lisa was like, no. And so she was like, it won't work. And so, she tells Lisa, if you had not told David what I've done, me and him still would have been together. Ma'am, this man been playing you since before all of it. Since probably before he found out about the sperm. He been playing you. So there was nothing, he didn't want you. He wanted what he wanted from you. Because again, I'm on your side when you said he was making you pay. And I think that's what was happening. And if I can pose a question, why would you want to be with somebody that is willing to make you pay for what you've done to them? It's baffling. I tell y'all, people will try to make you pay for things instead of just telling you, instead of people just being honest with you and say, hey, this is what you did to me. You being around, this is how you made me feel. This was my experience. Instead of y'all telling people y'all experience, y'all rather just make people pay. And that's not okay. That is vindictive. That caused distrust. I'm just saying. Anyway, Lisa tells her, I will do it for you just to show you that this ain't gonna work. And so she tells her, you lost him to somebody else. He doesn't want you. And y'all, because y'all know when it comes to Lisa, anytime Mary Jane talks about Lisa, she has this look on her face. It's almost like I don't like their relationship. That's why I say low key, I feel like Lisa is a op. Like she one of them people that I want this man that my friend had. So the way she said it to me, it was like, do you want David? Like that's how I kind of felt. I felt like low key you want him. So so she tells Mary Jane, she said, you know what, lay down. So Mary Jane looking up at the light, making it seem like, I think what happened, her laying down at that light reminded her of, and I probably shouldn't say this because it was either in this, it was in the last episode. It reminded her of the abortion she had for David. Because we found out that she actually aborted a baby because she had just started SNC, and I don't think all of this was happening all at the same time. Like around the time, he was starting a tech company and she had just started, not SNC, CNN. Because she got fired. I remember she got fired from CNN. And then she started working at SNC. But I think that was the driving force that made Mary Jane leave him. I don't think it was the money. I think it was the fact that she was pregnant. She had an abortion. And, things wasn't progressing enough for her in their relationship. That's what I think. So she lays down, she looks at the light, and the light reminds her of the time she went to have I probably shouldn't have said that word, the termination. I should have said that word. She went to have the termination. Meanwhile, she's still trying to have this man's baby by turkey basting. And it's not on the right terms. And so she tells Lisa to stop. She was like, no, that's not right. And so Lisa stopped. And so we see Andre goes back to Avery. And Mary Jane goes to David to bring him the sperm. And she kisses him and tells him to have a great life. Then, because in the background, there's this guy, this rabbi talking. And I hope y'all, I want to play it for y'all because I kind of recorded it. I want to play it for y'all, but I don't know. It was all about forgiveness. And a real act of forgiveness, to a good life is really forgiving yourself. And in this whole speech of him talking about forgiveness and just doing and being better, we seen Andre move back in with Avery, and she goes to David and she gives him the sperm, and she tells him to have a great life. She kisses him and she walks off. As she walks off, she drives off. He's looking at her. He just have this look on her face like, damn, but sir, you made this decision. And let's be clear. Everything you did to her in season 1, I felt like you were punishing her. You were punishing her. You wanted what you wanted for her. What's that word I want to say? You checked out. And it's not checked out. Checked out is not the word I want to use. But you low key, you checked out, and all you had felt like you had to offer her was just your peen. So, and then every time you hit her with something, so you tell her you met somebody, and it's getting pretty serious after, all of the stuff y'all been through. I don't know. It was just crazy to me because I am in agreement with Mary Jane. I feel like he played in her face. Because he was mad at her, low-key. You really mad at her. And instead of you telling her, Erica, I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to say my name. Again, I'm Erica. But anyway, I'm sorry. I just went somewhere else. So instead of you telling her you was pissed off at her for whatever it was y'all went through, you definitely made her pay for it. And that's not okay. Okay? So then we found out the lady come up, the girlfriend comes sit on the couch with David. This is all getting ready to, go off. She has that book, what to expect. Y'all remember that book, What to Expect When You're Expecting? It's that big thick book, that little baby book. So she's pregnant. And so she doesn't know that the woman, that David is pregnant and getting ready to have a baby. And I think that's why he was really pissed off at her about this sperm, because most certainly I'm not about to bring a baby into this world and I don't know if you over here pregnant. It would have been too messy. So I think this stresses her out. The stress of David. I don't even think it had a lot to do with Andre. I think it was more of the stress of David, because when she woke up the next morning, she peed in the bed. And this is where the episode ended. This was a good episode. I ain't gonna lie. I watched the last episode. I did. And that was pretty good too. But we almost finished with the season ones of the throwbacks of it all. I might continue to watch it. I'm not sure, but I'm going to really sit down and figure out if I'm going to review what I'm going to review next. I'm going to see. So, other than that, I will see y'all in the next video.